that the first you heard of it?
Terence Crawford, great fighter. I like very huge respect to him. I think so. He's the best pound for pound fighter. But if he will move up, like he can beat Canelo.
You think so?
Yeah. But I don't know how he will be comfortable with
The view to watch it.
Is the skill level of Crawford equalize the weight, in your opinion?
I think if they fought, they'd obviously be the same weight, would they not?
Yes.
So, yeah. So
Crawford going from 47 to 68.
maybe he would bring Canelo down to 60 or 54 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a favorite?
Who knows? That smile's telling me something else, bro. I think it might be on the line, no? I'm just saying, man. We can't say it's not gonna happen. We can't say that it is.
Terence Crawford has once again found himself at the center of serious warnings, as his proposed mega-fight with Canelo Alvarez inches closer to becoming reality. With every passing day, more respected voices within the boxing community are speaking out, advising Crawford to think twice. They believe that stepping into the ring with Canelo could be a dangerous gamble, one that many feel is both unnecessary and outside the realm of his natural weight class. Still, the final call belongs solely to Crawford. As the former undisputed welterweight world champion, he remains as driven as ever, showing no signs of hesitation. Instead, he sees this as his moment to defy expectations, go beyond his limits, and carve his name deeper into the sport's history books as one of the all-time greats. Even Tyson Fury, who recently suffered defeat at the hands of a fighter nearly 50 pounds lighter, has stepped in to weigh his opinion on the potential Crawford-Canelo showdown. Speaking with TNT Sports Boxing, the two-time world heavyweight champion emphasized the critical importance of weight classes when analyzing this matchup. Fury made it clear that while Crawford could have stood a fighting chance in a lighter division in the past, at super middleweight, the likely setting for this bout, Canelo holds a clear edge. Terence Crawford vs. Alvarez is a very tough fight, Fury explained. They're in completely different weight categories. If the bout were happening at 140, I'd put my money on Crawford. But at 168, I have to favor Canelo. Canelo Alvarez has made one thing crystal clear: he's not cutting weight for anyone. That stance aligns perfectly with Terence "Bud" Crawford's ambitious plan to rise to the 168-pound division, a full 14 pounds above his most recent fight. Whether this bout materializes remains up in the air, but one thing's certain: Crawford appears far more eager to make it happen than Canelo, who has signaled openness but only if the financial offer meets his expectations. The major weight difference has sparked intense discussion in boxing circles, a debate echoed even by legends like Mike Tyson. "I don't like that fight," Mike Tyson openly admitted on the Come and Talk to Me podcast, dated September 20th. "It's just too much weight for Crawford." His fight with Israel Madrimov was already a close call because Madrimov was big and extremely awkward. Crawford shouldn't have even been in the ring with that guy. Tyson's worries aren't baseless. Crawford was seriously tested by Madrimov, an undefeated fighter coming into their bout. While Crawford does stand around 5 feet 8 inches, similar to Canelo, the difference in body structure and mass could prove significant at higher weights. Still, Crawford remains unfazed, maintaining full confidence in his ability to adjust and emphasizing that only he knows what his body can handle. The secret is knowing exactly when and how to move up in weight in a healthy, sustainable way, Crawford told Yahoo Sports ahead of his clash with Israel Madrimov. "I made the jump because I wanted to challenge the best guy in the division, and that's what real champions do." Crawford's hunger for greatness remains unmatched. And now, he could be on the verge of an opportunity to stake his claim as one of boxing's most legendary fighters by facing Canelo Alvarez. Though the weight gap presents a massive obstacle, conquering it would elevate his legacy to a historic level.
You think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that would just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky. Yeah.
That was at 154 pounds. When you look at that fight, what is in your mind if you think about the concept of him fighting Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds?
Get the legs in some shape, man, because I've moved the legs in some shape. Make sure the legs are in good shape, because you have to side movement.
that a fight you would recommend for him?
According to Brian Bomac McIntyre, Terence Crawford's longtime trainer, the mega fight is being planned for one of Canelo Alvarez's preferred windows either during Cinco de Mayo weekend in May or the celebrations for Mexican Independence Day in September, two traditional fight dates that draw massive pay-per-view attention. Brian McIntyre further confirmed that discussions are actively underway to finalize the fight for Cinco de Mayo weekend. Turki Alaki and other stakeholders are collaborating behind the scenes to make sure both fighters are properly compensated and that the event becomes a marquee spectacle. McIntyre, the man behind Crawford's success across 4 weight divisions, will now aim to guide him through his biggest challenge yet, a potential battle with Canelo Alvarez. Fresh off a hard-earned victory over Israel Madrimov, Crawford now sets his sights on Mexican superstar Canelo Alvarez. While Crawford has already amassed an extraordinary resume in the sport, a win against Canelo would easily top all of his accomplishments. Alvarez, who currently holds the undisputed crown at super middleweight, has only ever lost to elite-level fighters Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol. Crawford's camp, led by McIntyre, plans to review Bivol's blueprint. Bivol made Canelo move his feet. "If this fight happens, that's the footage I'm studying," McIntyre said on the Luke Thomas YouTube channel. McIntyre also mentioned that Mayweather's dismantling of Canelo would be part of their game plan study. As World Boxing News reports, Crawford is now believed to be on a short list of potential opponents for Canelo. Despite the physical disadvantage of jumping up 2 weight classes, Crawford remains steadfast. He's determined to prove that his ring IQ and skill set can overcome size. Critics, however, remain split, some questioning whether his narrow decision win over Madrimov suggests he may not yet be ready for a super middleweight war. Despite all the skepticism and uncertainty, the buzz surrounding a possible Crawford-Canelo bout has gripped boxing fans across the globe. With both men bringing a unique blend of speed, power, charisma, and technical brilliance, the matchup promises fireworks. Canelo has consistently fought twice a year, in May and September, and is expected to follow the same timeline. With David Benavidez seemingly out of the picture, Crawford has emerged as a real contender to face Canelo in the first half of 2025.
This is real simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Hey, Terence gonna get in there and do what he needs to do. Perform.
For boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bud was gonna beat Spence. It's real simple. Real simple. You just gotta know boxing in order for you to be able to say that.
Is Spence Crawford done with now? Or are we still waiting for that second fight to happen?
I don't know, man. I don't know. They still gotta work things out and see where they go from there.
I know Tuesday before the run up as an opponent. Waiting on Crawford too.
Even as some question whether the fight is more hype than reality, given Crawford fights at 154 pounds, 2 divisions below Canelo, both Crawford and his trainer, Turki Alak, are doing everything possible to make it happen. Reports indicate that Team Crawford is seeking a $150 million payday to entice Alvarez. Yet, Canelo may have other priorities. Some insiders believe Alvarez is more interested in pursuing a bout with undefeated French star Christian Emile, who recently outpointed Sergei Derevyanchenko in a WBC contender match. Another potential opponent, William School, was taken off the board after Canelo refused to fight the undefeated Cuban and was stripped of his IBF title. Boxing News has floated additional names in the super middleweight pool: Diego Pacheco, a 22-0 knockout artist with WBC and WBO title aspirations, and Osli Ayas, a Cuban phenom sitting at 13-0 with 12 KOs. Both fighters are seen as rising threats in the division, though neither offers the same storyline or marketability as a Crawford bout. At the moment, Canelo Alvarez appears to be weighing his options. A rematch with Jamie Munguia, who recently lost to Bruno Suarez, is unlikely. Amidst all the speculation and rumors, Terence Crawford stands out as the most viable and compelling option, even if nothing is yet confirmed. The hype has reached fever pitch. Within hours of the rumors catching fire, Boxing Insider and ES News founder Elie Seck hinted that Las Vegas could host one of the biggest events in the sport's history. To add another layer, we even asked AI ChatGPT-4 to break down what might happen if this super fight comes to life. According to ChatGPT, the fight is most likely to take place in September 2025, syncing perfectly with Canelo's usual slot around Mexican Independence Day. Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, with its massive capacity, is the front-runner to host the event. The weight class will be 168 pounds, Canelo's domain. Crawford, who would be coming up from 154, would be chasing history by attempting to become undisputed in a third division. Marketed as a pound-for-pound clash between two era-defining fighters, the event is expected to captivate global audiences. The AI envisions Crawford taking a cautious approach in the early rounds, using his signature footwork and timing to study Canelo. As rounds 5 to 8 progress, Crawford's counterpunching becomes more effective, even as Canelo continues his trademark body attacks. In the championship rounds, the fight turns tactical, Crawford lands cleaner shots, while Canelo's pressure never lets up. Ultimately, the AI predicts a dramatic split decision victory for Crawford, with judges scoring at 115 to 113, 115 to 113, and 113 to 115. ChatGPT concluded that Crawford's adaptability and technical excellence could prove enough to nullify Canelo's physicality and relentless style. Even more fascinating was its forecast that Crawford might defend his 168-pound titles once or twice or retire undefeated as a legend. Canelo, despite a potential loss, would still be regarded as one of the greatest fighters ever in the division. A rematch between the two would likely follow, with both having to bulk up further to meet at super middlemweight again.
Canelo been making his own catch weight for years. You know, Canelo fought a smaller Mayweather. Canelo fought a smaller Amir Khan.
Yeah, he did at 155.
And I don't know if Canelo can. That's a big boy, man. I don't care. The skills is, you gotta really have the right skill movement, IQ, sharpness to beat David. Unless David just fights the next biggest man in the 75, it's gonna be different.
Tim Bradley has also joined the chorus, calling on Canelo Alvarez to accept the fight that Crawford has long been pursuing. At 37, Crawford is eager but has faced criticism for not testing himself against top contenders at 168 or 175. Bradley insists that even if Canelo gains little in the eyes of the public, the bout would give Crawford a shot at greatness and potentially a comfortable exit from the sport, complete with a Beverly Hills retirement. Bradley didn't hold back in critiquing Crawford's last performance against Madrimov, calling it underwhelming and even suggesting that Crawford may have reached his ceiling. He questioned why Canelo would entertain the fight after that showing. Still, he urged Canelo to take it anyway, saying the public wants it, and Crawford deserves the chance to chase history no matter what the critics say. Bradley pushed back on critics claiming Canelo will easily knock out Crawford. When was the last time Canelo knocked anyone out, he asked. He pointed out that both fighters are the same height and that Canelo began his career at 147 pounds too. While acknowledging Canelo's greater size and strength, Bradley believes too many are underestimating Crawford, who just turned 37 and struggled in his debut at 154. Boxing coach Stephen Edwards recently revealed that he's been the target of racist abuse simply for picking Crawford to beat Canelo. Nevertheless, Edwards has stood by his analysis. Canelo, now 34, is a 4-division champion with 62 wins and unmatched stardom, while Crawford, 37, has achieved the same number of titles in 4 divisions and boasts one of the most complete arsenals in the sport. Crawford's switch-hitting ability and fight IQ have earned him admiration across the sport. With a 41-0 record in 31 knockouts, his skill set is undeniable. Edwards noted that while many are overly emotional about the matchup, Saudi Arabia has even expressed interest in hosting the bout, showing just how global the anticipation has become. "I have stalkers who try to bait me into reacting," Edwards said. "They hate me, but they still read my content every week." He added, "All Canelo has to do is take the fight and prove me wrong. His fans should be pushing him to accept it, not harassing me. I picked Canelo to lose to Bivol and I was wrong, but I didn't get hate for that." Edwards didn't hold back. Canelo has incredible IQ and vision. He's fought heavyweights in sparring. He knows size isn't everything. He struggled with slick fighters like Mayweather, Trout, and Lara, and Crawford is in that mold. He concluded, "I don't care how many names I'm called. I'm sticking with Crawford to win by close decision." If the bout does happen, potential dates include May 3rd or May 10th, lining up with the Cinco de Mayo celebrations. But Canelo may be holding off to see what happens when Better Biv and Bivol face off in February, a rematch that could influence his next move. Until then, boxing fans are left waiting. For the latest news and updates, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, peace out.
But at 168, that's how you have to be to beat him. Canelo's smaller than me, and I was able to push David around a few rounds, do what I had to do, whatever. But that weight and his length, and he knows how to throw like punches and bunches.
In your view, Terence Crawford beats Canelo.
He cooks Canelo. Woo!
Really?
He beats him. Yes. Look, if you go back and you watch the fight, you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence has more skills than Lara, and I think he can do more. And you're saying, oh, is a super strong guy. Man, technique, you already know. If you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford knows how to take care of himself on the inside. He knows how to smother. He knows how to tie up. He knows how to rough guys up. He knows how to turn guys. He understands weight distribution, man. You know, not only that, the only way that I see Canelo beating Crawford is he got to knock him out.
Canelo is a great fighter, but my eyes tell me he's slowing down a bit. The Canelo that fought Berlanga 3 years ago, Canelo knocks Berlanga out, bro. Public execution. The fact that he let Berlanga go the distance, he let Munguia go the distance, he let Charlo go the distance. I'm not saying let, they was fighting back. They didn't want to be stopped. But once he put him in their place and he knew he could beat him, he just didn't turn the after gear on. And Bud's movement, his feet, his conditioning, his physical strength, he's a lot stronger than people realize. I'm not saying he's stronger than Canelo, but he's strong enough. It's not a weightlifting contest.